Hello, my name is Obadiah Reagans, and I am an artist with the Black Diamond Authority. So I graduated with a bachelor's in media arts and animation a couple of years ago. I've always been drawing for all my life, though, and I have a military background. Was in the military service. I actually used to do a lot of sketches during my free time while I was in the service. So my specialization is going to be digital media. So I typically create a lot of 3D models and things that are used in games as well as in commercial media, things like that. Um, you name it, weapons, characters, things like that that can be used in a game setting or possibly commercial products. I make those types of models. I also do graphic design, so I create my own logos or logos for clients, branding materials, business cards, stationery, illustrations, and let's see, also web banners and things for people's social media accounts and things like that. As far as my illustration, I do 2D animation and hand illustration. Even though I primarily rely on digital media to create, I actually usually start a lot of my projects with a pen and pencil, sketching out my ideas, especially since it's convenient to do when I'm out and about and I'm not near a computer. But as far as my art style, it typically looks a lot similar to, or reminiscent of, let's see, animated features like Invincible, one of the animated originals on Amazon, as well as Blood of Zeus. That's on Netflix. Those are great shows. I definitely recommend those. But yeah, so they tend to rely on my art tends to be on the slightly more realistic side, the vector-based sketches rather than rather than manga or anime looking styles. But I can actually replicate those as well. Actually, I'd like to show you a couple of projects and things that I've done, some work, so some of my animated features as well as some of my 3D models. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to cut over to that so I can walk you through some of the stuff that I've worked on. Okay, so this first piece here is an illustration, a sketch that I did really quick a couple of days ago. So this is my avatar character wearing a normal suit, which is the inverse lingo from the Mobile Suit Gundam universe for a spacesuit, essentially. What I plan to do with this future project is to create a fully animated lip sync with actual voice and everything for animated cutscenes that are going to go with the action that's going on. And here is the colored version of the normal suit. As I said, it's going to be fully lip synced, so I'm going to be working on the animation for the lip syncs. I'm also going to have different camera angles and things to capture, the emotion and intensity of the battles as they take place with the cutscenes. So it's going to be a fun project that I've started to work on. And so that looks like it's probably a good segue into the next piece, which is actually, this is a 3D model of the Hi-Nu Gundam Kai, which is a mobile suit from the book Beltorchica's Children. And so this is the protagonist mobile suit, Amuro Ray, the protagonist. This is the mobile suit that he pilots in that book. And so yes, it's a 3D model. So I created it. I created the high poly version of it in Autodesk Fusion 360, and then made the low poly game model in Maya. I also completely rigged it so that I could actually make these different cool poses that I have here. So the first one is it holding its beam saber, and I actually used a pose from Mobile Suit Gundam Destiny. That's usually the Destiny's pose when he uses his two-handed sword, the Erendite anti-ship sword. Instead, I used the Hi-Nu's Hyper Beam Saber, though, in that same pose. The next picture is it holding its beam rifle while standing. And then the last picture is it pointing in a more dramatic pose with the beam rifle. And the last shot, I decided to play around and texture it with a different color scheme. The original color scheme is the white and blue, which is the colors of the protagonist character, Amuro Ray. I decided to give it my own, cooler, darker looking color scheme, which is the black and the red, with the red beam saber. All right, and this is a frame of animation that I did for a animated short that I created a few years ago, called the Bone Crusher, and that is the Bone Crusher character there. And this was a fun project. So I did the initial sketches and planning with pencil and paper. What I did was I then scanned all the frames of animation, or I scanned all the pencil sheets that I did into my computer. Then I did refined line work inside of Animate. Also did timed out the frames of animation in Animate. I didn't color it in Animate though, as you can tell. So what I did is after I finished all the animation and the frames in Adobe Animate, I printed out all these sheets, and then I hand colored these with colored pencil, which took quite a while to do. But I did, it was 24 frames animation per second. So yes, I hand colored all the frames with colored pencil, and then I rescanned all those sheets back into the computer, and then cut them into video with After Effects. Of course, did some sound design with Adobe Audition, and included some music, some pre-written music that went with the action. And this was a fun little animated short that I created. It was pretty popular at my school when I was for the assignment. Here we have another 3D model. It's a photorealistic model of the HK Heckler & Koch P30L. So this is the pistol that the protagonist character uses in what's that movie? John Wick. That's right. I believe it's the first movie that he uses this pistol. And on the front of it, it has the match weight. The second drawing, I have it without the match weight and with the slide pulled back, just to show that yes, I did plan and design it so that it's actually made for animation and for use in the game, to do all the animations of the gun reloading and whatnot. And here's a picture of the magazine with the shells, or the rounds loaded inside. And here are three different examples of mock-ups, which are basically realistic looking layouts for some of the graphic design products that I made, such as business cards. So the top left business card, the blue and green one, that's one. I didn't create the actual logo for that, but I had a client who wanted me to make a business card using his logo and then put on his information. So I designed the actual business card and the layout, but the logo he had already provided me. I did, however, recreate the logo using Adobe Illustrator, so that I had a scalable vector version of the logo itself. The top right is a business card. I fully created the logo and the card layout itself, as well as the color scheme. And it's for a beauty supply boutique. And then the bottom middle, that is my personal business card with my logo that I created. Okay, and this last piece here is a fully created 3D environment of a indoor basement workshop that I've finished, and it's fully textured here. So it's based on a concept drawing that I was going off of. So, in the actual concept drawing itself, there was this indoor area. The basic layout is basically the same as how I created it, and then there was like a contrasting light coming through the window there. So I wanted to make sure I caught those sunbeams coming through, just like in the concept illustration. And the second picture here is a picture of the table with the window and the sunbeam showing, as well as a can. The can is actually not in the original concept, but I figured I'd throw some stuff in there. So I put the can there. I believe it's a Bang flavor. Well, there you have it. Once again, my name is Obadiah Reagans, OB for short. You can contact me through the Black Diamond Authority. Also follow me on Instagram. I'm going to leave my credentials and my socials in the description below. Thanks for watching.